Noreen. I'm here with another episode of What's for Dinner, and the reason you don't see my happy, smiling, shining face is because it is 6:30 in the morning and I am not camera ready. So you can see the coffee is going. We're gonna put something in the crock pot today, and we're gonna do crock pot spaghetti sauce that I like to do quite often. And this is a pork tenderloin you see in my crock. Now, when you buy your pork tenderloin, it comes in looks like a plastic tube, and there are 2 pieces of meat in there. So if you're not familiar with the tenderloin, this is an excellent cut of meat to grill. You can just marinate that very quickly and grill it. You can do so many things with it. You can slice it and pound it into paillettes and bread it and fry it. It's really delicious, and you'll forgive me because it is very early. But I have been up for about an hour. In any case, this is going to be real simple, and while I'm at work today, Rick is going to tend to this. We're going to put it on low and cook it all day, and when I come home, we're going to make some pasta, and we're going to have supper. So this really couldn't be easier. You're going to use your favorite pasta sauce. And this week my favorite pasta sauce is the one that was on sale. So, it is the ragu, which was on sale 4 for $5. So when we see that on sale, I like to go ahead and buy like 8 of them. And I haven't decided if I'm going to use 3 jars or 2 jars. So I have 2 jars here. And I think I'm just going to go with 2. Now, as this cooks all day, that meat is going to fall apart, and it's going to kind of shred all by itself. So you're going to, when you come home and you take your tongs and you break up that meat in there, it's just going to naturally do that, kind of like the brisket does, actually. And I'm just rinsing my jars out, so that's not even an extra half a cup of water I put in there.
No mushrooms.
I am going to get some mushrooms. Hang on. So I have to have the other half of my brain.
That would be me.
That would be you.
And she's my other half.
Let me grab my can opener. For convenience, I'm just using, this is a 8-ounce can of mushrooms. It says 8 ounce, it's 13.25. It says 8 ounces dry weight, so I don't know why they bother. So you know how much the mushrooms you're buying weigh, I guess. I don't know. Almost drained that. My husband would have smacked me. Not really. Just go ahead and give this a stir. And this, later on this afternoon, Rick is probably going to go ahead and kind of, crook the lid on this thing so that it can reduce a little bit. Because, when you cook in the crock pot, you've got a lot of moisture going on in there. And this sauce isn't going to thicken up. But it will if you either take the lid off or kind of skew it just a little bit. Alright, let me tell you what else we're going to put in here. I need another spoon. I'm going to put a scoop of garlic, like so. And then, we bought this around Super Bowl because Rick really enjoys eating this with some sliced baguette. But I don't want it to sit in the fridge much longer, so I'm just going to toss this whole jar right in here. And if you are not familiar with what olive tapenade is, this is really just really finely chopped green olives and tomatoes and seasonings like herbs, basil, thyme, marjoram. There's probably lots and lots of good stuff in there. And it's got a little vinegary bite to it, so I'm just going to add it in. And this is going to taste really good after it cooks all day.
Well, that's not mandatory. We just had it left over.
Yeah, we just had it left over. Don't feel like you have to put that in there. If you don't have it, no big deal. I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it if it's something you don't normally purchase. But if you do have some black olives, open that can up that you have sitting in the back of the pantry, chop them up and throw them in. But don't put the water in. I'm just gonna season this up very much like Rick seasons up his spaghetti. I'm gonna put a couple of bay leaves in there. And there are no measurements on my spices. I'm just gonna toss it in. Here's some basil, about a teaspoon. And I'm probably gonna do about a teaspoon on all of this. I am gonna put some Italian seasoning. And maybe a little lighter on the rosemary.
Excuse me.
I like to crush mine just a little bit. Maybe a half a teaspoon on that rosemary. Some oregano. Some thyme. And again, probably a little less on the thyme, the same as the rosemary. They're both very strong, and they're both very woody. Some sage, and the sage doesn't ever like to come out of the bottle. Pretty soon we'll be able to walk out in the garden and get our own herbs, because my herbs are starting to wake up. And some little red pepper flakes. It's about a half a teaspoon of that too. Alright, let's just give this a good stir. I love a crock pot meal. I love knowing that it's cooking at home all day, and I'm going to come home and all I have to do is boil some pasta and make a salad. And that is the most perfect thing. Are you going to taste it?
Put garlic in over there?
I did. Thank you. Alright, over to the crock. Put the lid on it.
I can't follow. I'm plugged in.
Oh. Well, take a wide shot. I'm going to put it on low, and that's it. We're going to cook it all day. So, maybe later this afternoon when I'm still at work, Rick is going to give you an update. He'll show you what it looks like, and then when I come home, I'll cook up some pasta and fix you a plate. Because I know by then we're all going to be hungry. I'll see you later. Hey, you baby. Hey, you baby. Hello. I'm home. It's nighttime. I hope you all had a good day at work or whatever it is you do during the day. Here's our pork tenderloin that has been cooking all day in that spaghetti sauce.
Switch.
And I'm going to trade spots with Rick.
Keep getting steamed up.
I got the pasta on to boil and it's just about ready to drain. And all I did with the pork tenderloin was take 2 big forks and kind of shred it up like you would shred a good piece of beef or a pork shoulder or something like that. This is a nice hearty sauce, and I'll tell you, putting that little bit of tapenade in there really made a delicious difference in this sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drain my pasta, and then we're going to come back and we're going to fix you a plate of this delicious pork tenderloin pasta. So we'll be right back. Okay, our pasta's drained, and I'm just going to drizzle a little olive oil on this. You know what? I know that a lot of people say you shouldn't put oil on your pasta because then your sauce isn't going to stick, but I don't like my pasta to get clumpy. So there's a little bit of pasta water left in the bottom of this pan, and then I just add a little of the olive oil in there. Plus it adds a lot of flavor too. So let me clasp up my bottle. And let's fix you a plate because I know you're hungry. Here's a little angel hair pasta. And let's move over here. I did. And we'll put some of this sauce right on there. It's a big old piece of meat. And this is a light sauce because a lot of that sauce cooked right into the meat. So meat is your sauce is your meat. See how that works? This is going to be just lovely. Okay, Would you like some Parmesan cheese?
Please.
Pardon my fingers. He doesn't mind my fingers because he's going to eat it. He knows where they were. They're clean. All right. Get you a fork. There you have it. My family's longtime specialty. Pasta sauce made with pork tenderloin. This is actually what we have for Christmas Eve dinner, along with my oven meatballs. That's what we have every Christmas Eve. So this reason we're having the pork tenderloin is because this week or last week the pork tenderloin was on special at the local store. Buy one, get one free. So I bought one and I put it in the freezer. And just so you know, when I showed you the 2 pieces, that's how they come. They come 2 in a package. So you can use just one and toss the other one in a freezer bag and put it in the freezer. That way you'll really get a good extension out of your meat purchase that way. Especially if you're one person. You can do this with a pork loin chop and a small jar of sauce in a smaller crock pot, Ed, and then it will be perfect for one person. So I think that's all I need to say. I hope you try this and I hope you enjoy it. And until next time, I'll see ya!